Okay, welcome to my latest video. I've not been training for a while, so I decided to have a simple go tonight. But I tried to see if I could try a new strategy tonight. Nothing wrong with the other one. It's just that you need to broaden your horizons a little bit. So on the screen in front of you is CGM Bet System, and I've used that to look at second half goal chances. So on the right hand side, I've selected the day, today's date. I've ticked home and away, and then what I've done is I've gone scored in games. So you might put goals or games. I've gone games. I drop down here. I'm on the current season, and I looked at the second half, and I've put more than 60%. So I'm looking for goals in games around the 60% mark. So let's go the second half, more than 60%. Then what I've done is I've then gone to look at them. So I've got games that start at 7 o'clock. It's now 8 o'clock, so I'm about to approach the second half in the start of these games. And I'm now going to see what it's like. So Hajduk Split has 4-0 up already. So here's Hajduk Split against Gorica. So I'll remove that game. It's not worth trading that at 4-0. Refresh what I've got already. So the rest of the games here, they're all pretty close. There's one goal in it. I'll take Hajduk Split off that actually. Yep, there's one goal. They're all in the Eerste, so in the Eerste division of the Dutch league. So odds are pretty poor in the Dutch league until later on if nothing happens. So that's what I'm going to try and look at, is the games where really nothing is happening. So we've got a few games in Italy as well. Atalanta, Lazio, Sassuolo, Torino. I'm going to remove that one. I don't even know the league. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's quite good. So I know the leagues, I know the teams. So let's see if we can now make some money off there. So I've got the games plugged in onto Trader Edge. So they're the games. Let me just put the rest of these in that started at 7:45. So let's go first half. Atlanta into the 1-0 up already. Lazio, Sassuolo, Torino, and the other one will start at 9 o'clock. That's Atletico. So I'll just pull this one over. I'll leave that one there. Load a Bet Angel, ready to go. Well, that's bigger. So they're the games. And that's where they are. So if you're not familiar with Trader Edge software, I'll explain a little bit. I've explained it in other videos, but for the purpose of this one, so these are the games. That's where it is. So Excelsior will start the second half, and so is NEC against Dordrecht. So what we're looking for here is the possessions here. So as the NEC have had a lot of possession, and NEC have had a lot of chances as well, as you can see here. The two teams, where they are in the league, so it's 4th against 14th, 9th against 3rd, etc. The possession, the amount of attacks they've had, the amount of dangerous attacks in the half. So the first half are here. The second half you'll see on the left hand side. I think the second half will probably, I can't remember how it works now to be honest, but the first and second half. There you go. So that's the second half. That's the first half. Glad that picked up then. So already they've had dangerous attack in the second half. Shots on target, first half, second half. Shots off target, goal kicks, corners, yellow cards and red cards. Okay, so these scores here are, so if I don't select the AR, these are all the last 5 home games and these are the last 5 away games. To select the AR, these are the last 5 games in total. I like to see how they do in home and away. And then you got this graphic here, which I really like. This is why I like the software so much. So if I was to pick this one here, it's just a big one. So you can see there's lots of blue lines altogether, which means it's consecutive attacks. There's a sustained pressure, and that resulted in a goal for NEC. Dordrecht scored the 20th position, but they scored basically the first sack of the game. It does happen, but since then NEC have just nailed them. So you can see that NEC are looking for that second goal. Same with Den Bosch. They're losing 1-0, but they scored against the run of play by the look of things, because these have lots of shots on target, lots of shots off target, corner. So they put the pressure on Den Bosch, but they're struggling to break through against Maastricht. Same here for Go Ahead Eagles, is third against 9th. They've had lots of possession, they've had a lot of shots off target. They started putting the pressure on about 30 just before half time, so we expect a goal there as well if that kicks off the same way. So what you're looking for here is something like this: lots of pressure, lots of shots, shots on target, shots off target, corners, possession quite high, 71% here for NEC. Canberra's the other 60%, but they're not really doing much with it. So that is kind of what we're looking at. I can ignore the top of the bit because they're not doing that to the second half. So that is kind of what I'm actually looking at, is a lot of action kicking off, and then we know that a lot when normally there's a goal scored at the end of the action. So that's what we're looking for off Trader Edge. If it gives me a start and an exit point. So basically I start when my start point is when the action is getting really thick, and obviously the exit point is when they score a goal. I can either, if I trade it, then I got the option of either trading out the bet, or I can remove the red and just do basics, whatever. So I'm going to pause the video for a bit until we actually get some action in the second half of these games. Okay, welcome back. As you can see, there's been a couple of goals already. Young PSV scored right after half time. NAC Breda scored against Canberra just after half time. I want to put this NEC on, but it's too low at the moment, the odds are. But I just got 2.2 on Top Os against Roda JC. And Os for the favourites to score again. I've hit another 60%. So there should be another goal in the game. So just back that. Let's see if we get a second goal. The reason I've done that is because Roda JC have come out. They're 61% possession. There's been a few shots on target in the game. This is another one, NEC. And the odds is just too low on it. It's 1.72 to go with 3.5 goals is just too low. Look at Sassuolo against Juventus. That game looks to have picked up a little bit. What's the odds in the first half goal there? I think something has happened there actually, because the mark is suspended. Yep, it's happened. I think there's a goal there already. It's a bit slow on that one, on the uptake there. Let's move that one. Yeah, I've seen it. That's 1.76 for that one, and the odds are so low on the Dutch markets. Canberra's got a good record of scoring in the second half too, so I'm going to wait for them to come back. Excelsior there. It's the first half goal. But they got the run of the play. Second half goal, sorry. They've had the best of the first half. But there's going to be a goal in this one. I just wish the odds were a little bit higher than 1.79. We'll see how it gets on later in the game. Knowing my luck with the game that I have put on, that will be the only game with that goal. Normally the case, isn't it? Let's get that Ninja. I want to remove that one. So keep 3.5. It's 1.8 at the moment. Another one I like is Flash Scores. It's free site. Chelsea Arsenal kick against there as well. I'll keep that one on. Top pass. If it goes red, the match is quite hot. If it goes blue, the match is cold. Milan scored to make it 2-0. Yeah, Juventus scored 1-0. Almeria. I was looking at this game here. Almeria got a high percentage of scoring in the first half. Just waiting for them to put some pressure on a little bit. You know, the odds are too low again. It's 1.79. It's the only thing with Dutch football because the goals it's known for goals, so you don't really get the odds, and that's the only problem with this one. We put them on so late. It's I guess they don't want to get smashed, but yeah, so Dutch football, it's just so frustrating when you can see that what's going to happen and you just can't get it because it's just so. That's 1.78. It's not putting that on. To be honest, it's not worth my time. But there's going to be a goal at Almeria. Top Boss is starting to liven up a little bit. NEC, well, they've just smashed them since the second half started. Look, 6-7% possession, lots of attacks, shot on target, shot off target. It's basically attack versus defence. And this one here, NEC, you can see here, lots of possession, lots of sustained attacks. Same with the Almeria game at the top, both sides going for that. So, and then the Den Bosch, 19th against 12th. So they're going for it as well. And Canberra, they normally score second half. It's worth putting over. But the thing is it's the odds on the Dutch markets. Put it in against NEC Brada. Maastricht have just scored against Den Bosch to make it 2-0. That's 1.8. What was Maastricht against Den Bosch? Yeah, the home side 60%. But they're going to score second half. And there it is. Against the runner play, caught on the counter attack and smash. Looks like Den Bosch could be going down. I'm not sure the league position there. But with so little to go in 19th place, they could be going down. that one there has just gone 2.12. I'll wait for it to get to 2.2 and then I'll put it on. Look at Dan Bosch, they're literally going for it, they just can't score. .16 at the moment on the Nemjan Dordrecht. This one here, there's lots of action happening. Go Parma-Lazio. Young Ajax are just taking the lead. I'll tick that one off for 58 minutes. There's not much happening in that one, so I'll tick that one off. Same with Excelsior, go ahead Eagles. Second half hasn't really started that well. Third against knife, we'll wait and see on that one. There's been no goal scored yet. Okay. Okay, I've just got that one on. So as you can see how Trader Edge works a little bit. You can see possession in games. That one's down to Downhill at 63. We're going over 0.5 towards the end, see if that happens. Look at that, NEC. 3 corners in a row, they're really putting the pressure on. I've already put that on. Also put on Almere and Canberra's 2.16 was Canberra. This one here, we factored a few shots off target. My God, the loud thump in Torino is 3-0. See how they get the Blues now. Game's gone cold. I've put the trade that as well. I don't know, we'll see how it comes off at the end. This game's quite hot. NEC against Dordrecht. I've already got the trade on that one. Canberra have a high scoring percentage in the second half. So I wonder what the match odds market's like on that one. Oh man. I'm gonna just lay NEC. So I just laid NEC. Canberra's got a high scoring percentage second half. They score one, I can come out with that with a profit. I'm letting this match go. There's nothing in that one. Maastricht against Den Bosch. Take that out now with 3.5. I don't bother with that one. Got that one on. That one I've still the name of that. Here's Almere's goal scorer. Almere got 70% chance of scoring in the second half. but they're not really showing me much at the moment. Looks like Serena coming back. Oh, must have had a goal to slide Milan. It's still 2-0. So far we've got 3 trades on. The Canberra game, laid NEC Breda. The Rhoda JC game, the bottom, put that on, it's gone cold. And the NEC Dordrecht, we put that on as well. So let's see, I'm still humming around about the Almere game. Might be over 1.5 later on in the game, but say there's not much happening in that game, not many shots on. I say the NEC game's slowed down a little bit now. Canberra, they're putting the pressure on. Might have been a good shot, that. Just wait to see how NEC, if they score, and trade out of that one nicely. Okay, there's been a suspension in the Canberra game. Let's just have a look. I've got the... There you go. That red dot means Canberra scored. It was a hell of a shout. Yep, 2-1. What did I put on it? Just remove a red out of that game. Okay, red's removed. Let's take that off. That was a nice little profit. Keep it on for now. What other game we got on? We've got the... I didn't bother the Dan Bosch game after today. We've got the Nimjan, which is Dordrecht. Oh yeah, it's that one there. And we've got the Rhoda JC, which I might just take a loss on because at the moment that is absolutely shocking. Maastricht just scored to make it 3, so we'll turn out that one. Looks like there's a goal at Almere. I think I would Dali. There you go, Almere. 1-0. That one's gone. What a biatch, didn't put it on either. So that leaves us 2 games, yeah, because I already got one out. I've removed the red from that. Doesn't matter what happens there. NEC and Topos. I'm looking for a goal in the bottom one and the top one. So let's see what happens This Parma game, we're looking at that one. Look at Parma's attacks. I wonder what the half time. It's 45. Juventus has just scored again. Look at Camber. That was a hell of a shout. I'm well proud of that one. Oh, Tapasa just scored. Get in. Let's see what that one goes to. Mark is still trying to recover. I'm not sure if it's... There's a massive gap between the back odds and the lay odds in the Tapas game so far. Just remove the red in that. Red's gone. So that's it, isn't it? Nimjan, NEC. Oh, the top one. NEC. I need a goal on that one. Lazio Parma 45. Yeah, that's the game I was looking at, but it's already on 45. Might go back in on NEC Breda. Give it a bit, let the odds come down. So far, I'm still waiting for a goal and that. I'll cash out of that if in 4 minutes time if it's still no goals. This seems to batter them, just can't put it in the back of the net. They are playing bottom of the league, I suppose, so this stage of the season they'll try. Just gone back in and back Camber. They were quite high odds. Might be a mistake. I'm going to lose a pound because of the profit before anyway. So, well worth doing because the way that we've started second half and they haven't really laid off. I know that NEC just had a shot, but this one here, I'm thinking I might just come out of. I'll give it a couple minutes. Sometimes I'll come out too early. and they've not, and they've scored as they've come out. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, and then we'll look at the Italian games in the second half. So I'm just going to pause it, and we'll come back when there's some action. Okay, just before I went off, I told you I'd put back Camber, and they've just scored, so I've just come out with a nice little profit on that one. So we're all happy with that. Smells are around. I've come out the NAC on the 80th minute. I reason that this Camber just scored again. Something's just happened in the Camber game. Campbell have just got to come out of the treasure waited. Rule number 1, give it a couple of minutes before you come out. I'm so excited, and the Campbell have just scored again. You can see it happening though. I mean, look at on Trade right here, you can see second half and 54th minute, NAC sat back and didn't attack. They've had one shot on target here, but Campbell doing all the pressing. First thing is fifth. They have the possession at 66%, something else to look out for. So they were having the possession, doing all the pressing, and they were having shots. They weren't just having endless attacks, they were having shots on target, shots off target, corners. I shouldn't have come out. I just lost about 20 odd quid on that for coming out so early, but hey, I'm happy I've got a profit. Well, kind of. I should have waited. Wait a couple of minutes. Golden rule, always wait a couple of minutes. The odds don't go down so much. Sometimes excitement get the best of you. You just want to cash that trade out. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm pleased that I've spotted this, to be honest. It was a nice spot. But I could have had a bit more off that spot. NEC against Dordrecht. I was going to go back in on the draw, laying it. But it's not too much. I mean, even if the goal happens in the last minute now, I'm not going back in because it's not much happening in the game. Or you won a bit more than that if you're going to go back in and back it. Topos, I removed the red in that game when our Topos scored, so if there's no more goals I won't win anything on it. If there's another goal I'll win some money. I can't remember exactly how much. Not much, so I'm not bothered. I suppose I am really, but every bit counts, but it's not a massive loss. I'm not going to lose anything on that game anyway. That one there should have been a massive profit, and I've cashed out too early. Rule number 1. Yeah, right, okay. So, yeah, NAC, they are 20th. It's 20th against 7th, you would expect it with the possession around and the chance. They've not had many chances. So if you look at this one here, compared to that one, there's not been many chances, and the attacks haven't been really sustained until this point here. And you really, yeah, you're looking at the last few minutes of the game. Name's Jan, isn't it? Yeah. Dordrecht. Yeah, in the last minute of the game. It's really, I'm not going to put that on. I'm going to be full and put it on. But that will come out now as well. So it's only this. I've cashed out on that one. I've not gone back on this one. I'm not saying it's not going to be another goal, but it's highly unlikely. And with the time left, it's going to be suicidal. But this one here, it's a game as a standard, really. Topos 11th, Kirkcaldy 8th. They've had a lot more possession, but I guess it's what you do with it. It's not really been an exciting game either, is it? Really, not been very since apart from this point here, where the goal against the run of play, shot on target, bang, goal the other end, classic counter attack. So yeah, I'm pretty happy. We lost £5 on, I think it was this game I lost it on. I traded out, but I gained it back on this one. If that had another goal, I'd gain it back more. But I'm up, so that's all that counts. Could have been up a lot more if I hadn't been so eager to trade out. But I was, so I didn't, and that's the, yeah, it's bugging me, you can tell. Yeah, let's get rid of that. I've already come out of that one. I'm just intrigued with this one. See if there is a goal in the last couple of minutes. This one here's just been baffling. They hadn't even scored one. I was expecting them to score one. On that one there, top, it was the home side. That scored a lot in the second half. Roda don't really score second half goals. According to CGM Bats, 40% chance of scoring in the second half compared to 66 for Topos, and that's what come out to be proved. NEC against Dordrecht. NEC 66%, Dordrecht again 44%. So 60% of their goals have come in the second half. 6% chance of scoring in the second half. Yeah, call me a liar. Not even goes to plan. If that was the case, you've got to be millionaires. So it looks like I'm going to be on a loser with Dordrecht. I did look at the odds. Oh, FC Arsenal, they scored. No, the game's finished. Marcus was suspended. So I've lost nothing on that, but not gained anything either. Yeah, NEC just wasn't worth going back in for. So just intrigued. Okay, so our second halves have started in Italy. So obviously home team enter Roma. Yeah, home team have scored 90% of the 4% chance of scoring in the second half. Lazio Parma. Again, Lazio score second half goals. That's worth looking out for. They've not been in the game in the first half. So maybe we'll look out for that in the second half. Sassuolo Juventus. It's the home team. They've had a lot of possessions. You know, it's worth laying Juventus. They've had a really poor season. That's 8th against 5th. See how the second half starts of that one. And then Torino Milan. It's both of them, so look out for both sides there to score goals in the second half. So I'm going to pause it again, and we're going to look at how the second half starts in Italy. Okay, the second half has started in Italy. I'll get on this bottom match in a second. Sassuolo against Juventus intrigued me a little bit. Sassuolo, most of their goals are scored in the second half. 76% of their goals are scored in the second half. They've been all over the Juventus in the game, to be fair. Juventus not really out, but they've scored 2 goals. So I've laid Juventus, odds of 1.1. It was well worth a lay. So I've laid Juventus. You never know what happens, but if you're looking at Sassuolo, the start second half was just as like this. They finished the first half. So hopefully we can get a goal there in Sassuolo. If not, there's not much money gone. It's only a couple of quid. So that one's on. FC Sion against Luzern was on the list. Second half goals. FC Sion, they're only 62%. Milan just scored 3-0. They were on the list as well, Milan and Torino. But that game's gone. That game's gone to bed, so we'll leave that one. So yeah, I'm not really paying much attention to that game. That one's intriguing me a little bit. Atlanta against Benevento, 3rd against 18th. Atlanta, 82% chance of scoring. They've kicked off the second half really well. Let's see what the odds are for them. 1.84. Not yet. We'll wait on that. I don't like betting anything less than 2s. Ideally 3s or 2.5 is the ideal mark for that. So we got the Sassuolo game in. They've stopped attacking since I put the trade on. I'm expecting Atalanta to score again. Inter and Roma. Inter's going to score second half. Decent side Inter. So I think they've already won the Serie A. The stats said that Lazio was going to score as well against Parma. 94% chance of Lazio goal. 94% of their goals Lazio scored in the second half. FC Sion, another one, they're 62%. So they're going to really have to put the pressure on for me to get involved in that one. Because the game doesn't look too intriguing anyway, does it? So Parma started the second half really well, haven't they? Okay, so I'm just going to pause and I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, hi, so welcome back. I got my goal. Sassuolo just scored. Stats were correct. They scored their goal. I've come out the bat and got me instant profit. Yeah, it is Juventus. They are 5th against 8. They're having most of the possession, but there's not really been many sporadic attacks just yet. But they got their goal. So I'm happy. I just wanted to see if they get one goal back and get a small profit on that one. So that's happened. And I'm in that one, so that one can come away. So Lazio Parma was the game I was looking at the start of the second half. Atalanta as well, they started the second half quite well. Match has gone really cold. The odds were pretty low on that one as well. Lazio Parma though, they started around about 50, they had a couple of sustained attacks. I'm leaving that one. I'll let that one see what happens. I might go back in on that later on. We'll see what goes on in that one. But yeah, Lazio Parma. Lazio have got a good home record and Parma have got a bad away record. The odds currently are 2.36 for Lazio. Lazio scored 94%. They're having a few shots on target. Coming back into it second half. Look like a second half team. I ain't going to go for that, you know. 2.42. The odds are quite decent. The match is hot enough. So I've gone in on Lazio Parma. I've just won some money on Sassuolo Juventus. I've not gone on Atalanta yet. I've not touched Inter. FC Sion I'm not coming out of. It's I should stay in. FC Sion 62%. We'll see how the latter game. There might be something to do with the match odds market later on in that game. But yeah, Lazio Parma just gone in on that one of 1.5 goals. So let's just see how we get on with that one. We need a goal early-ish. Okay, Juventus stats come back in that now. So Parma stopped attacking in the 51st minute, 10 minutes ago. They've had a few here, but Lazio's mainly been the team in the sense that home record cannot be ignored. Parma do concede, but 19th in the table. It's always a dodgy, especially later on in the season. It makes you wonder why they try it. I know they don't want to go down in the last chance saloon, but if they try as hard as they do, so look at that Lazio game. Table. Yeah, there's 2 games left. Or they're down anyway, they're 10 points behind Benevento. And they're 14 points from safety. So they've got nothing to play for. Roma started to do quite well against Inter. Roma 35%. That's why I didn't bother. The Stars did quite well against Inter. Milan just gone 4-0 up against. I've already taken that game off. That's the game that's intriguing me at the moment. They're coming back. FC Sion are starting to pile on some pressure. Losing 50%. Yeah, as well with back in the lane. So look what they are anyway. I'm going to lay losing in that one. FC Sion are starting to come into the game. It's a couple of shots on target. Need to get back in the game. I know they're 10th against 4th. But they got a high scoring second half scoring percentage, so it's well worth putting on. See if they can come back in that one. Juventus look like they're taking control of that game, so it's right to come out of that. That one needs a goal for me. Atlanta's gone cold. Atlanta 82% chance, so maybe there's going to be something later on. But I'll pause it now and let's see if anything else comes out of the game. Well, what do you know? Atlanta's gone and scored. They had some sustained attacks, but wasn't really much there to write home about. But they just scored. Goals can happen any time, I suppose. So, yeah, I'm not gutted about that. There's nothing really happened in the game since the 52nd minute, so yeah, just goes to show. Yes, they scored, made it 2-0. FC Sion started carrying on a little bit, and then they were backed off, so I've gone in a late losing in that one, so we'll see what happens in that one. The Juventus made it 3-1 against Asilo, so it was right to come out of that game. That game's finished for me now anyway. Lazio still waiting for the goal. Inter Roma had a bit of sustained pressure, that's died off a little bit. Say Atlanta have scored, so we've didn't put anything on it, but I didn't get anything either, so we're still waiting for a goal in this one, so we'll see what happens. As you can see, Sion have scored, the stats have come back, and my late bet is coming in with a minute to go. I was in balls deep, wasn't come out that one. Reason I didn't come out of none of these last minute bets. If you trade in the last 10 minutes, you've got to go full distance. The amount of goals that get scored in the last, or the injury, the last minutes of the game, or in injury time, is mad. So that's another one for me. And I've got to admit, it was mainly this section here that put that on. The odds, the amount of goals they scored second half, and then the pressure that come in the last, 13 minutes, allowed me to put that on. So that's it. I'm giving this one another couple of minutes. Lazio Parma, see if they can score. I've not got anything on that. One. So yeah, well pleased with that one's come in. And hopefully we'll get a goal in this game. Okay, welcome back. The game's finished. FC Sion against Luzern, finished 1-1. Lazio have come alive a little bit in this game, but I'm giving it another couple of minutes before they come out the trade. And I think that's probably going to be our last one of the night. Inter's started to come to life a little bit. They've not really done much second half, but it looks like they were just too good for Roma. Roma don't really score. Well, they have, but say Inter's, they don't really concede that much, do they? So you can see why they're champions. They don't really score that much after the 5-1 they hit against Samp, but they've only conceded 2 goals in the last 5 games at home, so that's why they're champions, I guess. So this game here, I'm going to give it another couple of minutes, see what happens. If there's no goals, then I'm coming out of it. Atlanta against Benevento. We didn't put it on. Atlanta have come alive for a bit more in the second half. But at 2-0, there's nothing really much you can do with that one. You probably go with 2.5. But not really that desperate. Unless the match really did kick off and it was loads of shots on. But there doesn't seem to be that much in that, to be honest. This one's really disappointed, really. Lazio, team that's in 6th, they've not had that much possession. They've had a bit more in the second half, but Parma are down. There's nothing to fight for. Lazio are probably fighting for the Champions League. Are they in 6th? Just have a gander where they are in the Italian League. I'm doing this off camera. I'm doing this on my phone. Lazio table. Yeah, they've probably got no chance of qualifying for the. They've already qualified, I think, for the Europa League. And Napoli, who are 4th, they're 8 points with 38. 3 games to play. Not really looking likely, is it? So it's a dead rubber. Dead rubber of a game. Well, it doesn't look like we're going to get many goals. That's probably just another dead match. You should have looked at that for a trade really as well. Lesson learned, I suppose. But yeah, Lazio haven't scored there. And coming out of that one, there's nothing much in it now, to be honest. So that's my trading over. It's done. Don't get involved in the other matches. So hopefully, if you watch this, you like what you've seen. I know it's a long video; it's nearly an hour long, but you get to see selection of games. You got to see how it traded them, and maybe if you something else I can pick up on, let me know. Leave some comments. Be ideal if you watch it. Let us know what you think. Let us know if it was helpful to you. Let me know if it was a load of crap, etc. So that's me done, and I'll see you next time.